day. From MetLife Stadium in New Jersey.
The longtime Panther Graham Gano has us set for a start as we are underway from MetLife Stadium. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They're led by their 6-year quarterback out of North Dakota State, a former Pro Bowler, Carson Wentz.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. So here are the Giants now in great field position to start their initial drive. They're led out by the well-traveled quarterback in his 11th NFL season now, Tyrod Taylor.
And what he's thinking about.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. After the interception, here's Taylor. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Taylor. Got a man, that's Colin Johnson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the Giants with a road victory, so they'll look for the sweep here in MetLife Stadium. Oh, look at the juke. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. So let's take a look here at the key inactives. And, Charles, I guess you get this late in the year, you expect to see some guys populating on this list.
You're exactly right. No one's happy about it, but it really shouldn't be a surprise. So the guys who are playing in their spots, in their stead, they have to step up now and make big plays for their team.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Taylor. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Taylor to throw. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Chase Young able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a play.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. Throwing now is Wentz. He gets it to Thomas. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Back deep, Deontay Harris. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, 2nd down. So, Charles, we have reached the end here of a long season, Week 18, which we don't say very often, although this is not the first Week 18 that the NFL has ever seen.
Not at all, and Brandon, some of the people might be a little bit too young to remember, but back in 1993, the league experimented with giving teams 2 open weeks for the year, and we also saw Week 18 when the league was on pause for a few weeks in 2001 following the attacks on September 11th.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Here's Taylor. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Now Taylor. Rolling to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Taylor. Will get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he will have a Giants first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
I like the call on 3rd and 2. They were geared up to stop the run. I like the fact they just hit them quick. Little slant route. All about timing there, partner.
Yeah, the timing, everything well executed. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Taylor will throw. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he stopped immediately there. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Now Taylor to throw. And they'll set up the screen here to Brightwell. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not 1 bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. Gano's kick is good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
6-0 our score after 1. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And Washington has tied the ball game with the extra point still to come. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, Deontay Harris. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. New York's offense back out there and set to go. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. Throwing again on second down. Taylor. Here's Moss with a catch out of the backfield.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. They'll run here with Moss.
Brandon, you know how we talk about having wrinkles in a game plan? That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team's going to get the ball, and in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Taylor hit. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he's going to get this pretty close to the first down marker at the Giants' 24. They'll run with Gibson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 87 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. This is caught. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Odell Beckham. His 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington going to add on to their lead. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Slide for the PAT. And it's up. It's good. Our score 14-6. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's Harris to return it. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
To throw again on second down. Taylor, throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Here's Moss.
3rd and inches, just turn around, hand it to the big guy and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
Now it's Taylor. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. And a nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Going with Moss on the ground. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
And there's the pickup you want on first down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on first down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
They go play action now, Taylor. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Montez Sweat. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis.
And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think, that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Dexter Lawrence able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay? So when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. In this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
Another try after the first down sack. Wentz flush to his right, and he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Off to Thomas on the left side, and he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. On 1st down, Wentz. Caught left side, it's Beckham. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 12-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Wentz going to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Sly on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. 4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. Here's Harris to return it. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll kick things off in Tampa. Carolina paying a visit in an NFC South matchup. And they have just about gone to halftime with the Panthers out on top. Rashard Higgins, over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. From there, it's a short trip in the Sunshine State down to Miami, as the Dolphins are at home as well. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting New England Patriots. Teddy Bridgewater with a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. 2 touchdown passes there for Lamar Jackson. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. As we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Tyrod Taylor now gears up to lead his offense again. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say you want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. On second down and 4. Taylor. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run with Moss. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2nd and 5. Now a run with Moss. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Taylor. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. First possession of the second half now for Washington. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks. And they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Throwing is Wentz. That's into the hands of his tight end Bates.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. Wentz now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big time play.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Gibson, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 34-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll run on first down. It's Gibson, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. Quickly into the hands of Becker. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 17-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Into the red zone, Wentz. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Here's Wentz to throw. Touchdown, Washington. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done. And
slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Now Joey Sly for the point after. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Harris to return it. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And New York set to take the field. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Taylor now to throw on third down. Over the middle, complete. It's Shepard. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
On the give, this is their fullback. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Final minute now of the third quarter. To throw on 2nd and 6. Taylor. He gets it left side to Johnson. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space under.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Montez Sweat able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. From midfield now, here's Taylor.
And that'll be caught by Tony.
That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he'll find Galladay. That's complete.
And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. And the catch made by Johnson. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means
Taylor hit. He lost the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
The Washington offense set to take over again. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Well, these two teams met at MetLife Stadium earlier this year with the Giants winning that one. So they are looking for the sweep here at MetLife. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Washington on 3rd down.
They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now wins. He finds his target, Beckham. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back.
Another drive coming up for New York's offense. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
On 1st down, it's Taylor. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And Taylor will slide to a home with a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
on 1st and 10. It's Taylor. Throw left side complete. That's Moss. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the gun, it's Taylor. Complete. It's Johnson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Taylor.
Again, it's Johnson.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, it's Taylor.
That's complete to Moss out of the backfield.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, you might want to get out of the way.
To throw is Taylor. That's complete right around the 8. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Taylor going to give now to Williams. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Giants are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. All right, so this one not quite over yet. Back to a 2-score game, CD.
Yeah, and you've still got 4+ minutes to go, so when you think about comebacks, it's happened before. Now, it hasn't happened often, but you've got to think to yourself, let's be the next great comeback story and play this one out.
Now Taylor going to lead his guys up to go for 2. Taylor going to throw. And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Taking it about the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Working from the gun, Wentz.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up.
And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now Gibson.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
And Wentz going to slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. On first down, Gibson. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Gibson again.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd.
I know this game's winding down and people are getting tired, and that's when you really want a big body guy running the football. But I have to tell you, watching him run it, I wonder why they don't use him more earlier in the game.
Yeah, those bigger guys here late in the game, you're trying to protect the lead, usually not as fumble prone either.
No, that is so true because they are taught, take care of the ball as you surge forward, and you often see them with both hands wrapped around it when they go through the line.
Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Wentz with a kneel down, and that will be the final act of this game. In the National Football League, Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Washington, the win is their 8th on the year. And by just about all accounts,